little attire there. Good evening, I'm Annie Kroll and welcome to 5 on Your Sideline.
And I'm Holden Kerwicki. We've got a big night of basketball on both sides of the Bi-State with bragging rights and conference supremacy on the line. Annie, why don't you start us off?
Thank you, Holden. I would love to. Well, Holden, we had a big game night at the house that Bradley Beal built as Chaminade welcomed in CBC. The Cadets getting off to an early lead. They wouldn't lose the whole game. The three goes in for Jamison White. But of course, 6'10" Matt Mikulski making a statement underneath the basket for CBC. Then things really started to click for Frank Bennett's Chaminade. Johnny Jordan floats one in. Jamison White was not done yet. Look at this one. Hits from right behind the arc. Now check this out. It's the play everyone will be talking about. It's going to be this weekend, next, and the week after that. It is Shahidi White slams it down. Chaminade with a huge score ends up with the win, 71-39.
And we had some Gateway Athletic Conference action tonight in St. Charles as Fort Zumwalt West welcomed in Troy Buchanan. We're going to pick it up just before half. West up 4 when Nick Turner throws one up from range. He beats the buzzer. Zumwalt up 7 and they're fired up, but Buchanan will battle back in the second half. Aiden Vaccaro is going to get cut off. That's okay because he finds Andrew Moore. He's going to drain the long-range three. And we've got ourselves a ball game, folks. And it's one Moore is going to be telling his grandkids about one day. Fort Zumwalt just couldn't stop him no matter what they tried. Moore finished with, get this, 41 points as Troy Buchanan goes on to the road and picks up the 65-57 win.
Very impressive, Holden. But how about Francis Howell went on the road as well tonight to take on the Timberland in Wentzville. Howell would look to get out and run as Jeremiah Penswes gets in the lane, but all 6'6" of Mason Carroll says, not in my house. Timberland would try to turn that defense into some offense, but Jackson Lamb turns it over, and this time Penswes gets a clear run at the basket, and he lays it in for 2. You might notice a recurring theme in these highlights tonight as he once again leaks out for an easy deuce. Howell was all over Timberland tonight. It was a 63-48 game is your final score.
It's no secret that the Southwest Conference schedule can be a grind with big games seemingly every night, but two teams have really stood out this season, Collinsville and East St. Louis. Both programs have been ranked in the top 10 in Illinois high school basketball all season long, and they came into tonight's game with just 2 conference losses each. While Collinsville may have the edge in all-time wins, head coach Darren Lee told us earlier this week that his team isn't overlooking this Flyer squad.
East St. Louis is a great program. They're going to be a tremendous opponent. We're going to have a big crowd. It'll be a lot of fun. I think we both got 2 losses in the conference, so the winner takes the lead. And it's a big game. It's a huge game for the conference, and we have 4 left, and they're all 4 going to be tough.
It was a packed house tonight at the Purple Palace. In fact, I almost didn't get in, but Annie, that's a story for another time. There was some basketball to be played, and we picked it up with Collinsville up in the third. The east side just couldn't get the ball in. Nick Horace picks it off, finds Jamori Weisinger for the 3. Collinsville would lead by as many as 15 in the second half, but east side would battle back. And you know the saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Well, that applies to that highlight. East side would make this one interesting late, but you're going to want to watch this play by Horace. He gets the deuce and the abuse as Collinsville holds on to the 64-58 win.
Let's take it over to Granite City and Alton right now. Would square off in our other Southwestern Conference matchup of the evening. The Redbirds would look to make this one a track meet. Kobe Taylor drives in and gives off to Alex McKessie. The defense tries to cheat just a little bit, and he spins right to the basket for the layup. Look at this. It's going to be Granite City head coach Gerard Moore. Wouldn't like that effort, but he's going to love this one as Andrew Walker finds Alvin Valentine. Granite City up at 8 at the end of the first, and the fans were pumped. If they liked that play, they're going to love this one. Trevon Bond finds Evan Brewer down low. He fakes that one out, and the hoop and the harm. The highlights wouldn't tell the whole story, though, in this one, as Alton comes from behind for the 45-42 nail-biting win.
Up the road in Clinton County, it was the Battle of Breeze as Central took on crosstown rival Mater Dei, and Mason Schubert, he's fired up early, goes ISO, stares down the defender, drops a 3 right in his eye. The Central defense was suffocating as always, but it doesn't matter. Greg Wagner, he just pulls right up over the defender and knocks down 3 of his own. The Knights would look to keep momentum going in the second half. Nick Lampy goes in amongst the trees. He draws the foul, but this Central team just plays such sound team basketball. This is the textbook pick and pop there from Nick Helmick. That 3 goes in. Breeze Central beats Mater Dei 45-35. No word if they all celebrated with an ice cold ski.
Love that, Holden. Meanwhile, on the other side of Clinton County, Carlisle welcomed in West Glen. This game was almost like a prize fight with each team trading some big baskets. Here's Reddick Stenkamp knocking one down from the baseline. Then his teammate, Matthew Guthrie, would show off the old school post game. He gets the skyhook there. But West Glen had been a top 10 team in 2A for most of the year for a reason. Chandler Mueller doesn't know when to quit this play, and it pays off. This game would go into overtime as West Glen gets the 50-46 win. It is one of the biggest girls matchups in the region. We're previewing John Burroughs versus Incarnate Word. You won't want to miss this.